like you.
Lawmen enforcing your laws on foreign land.
They're coming on the side! Stay back!
Stop scrolling and forget what you think you know about Westerns, because this isn't your grandpappy's movie list. We're talking about a new breed of films that are redefining the genre and proving that the spirit of the Wild West is alive and kicking. We found the top 10 best new Western movies you absolutely need to watch in 2025. And trust me, number 9 is a short film with a huge story that you won't forget. Number 5 is a star-studded epic that is just the beginning of a massive cinematic journey. And number 1, let's just say a legendary director is back with his biggest, most ambitious Western yet. But before we get into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos, and check out our last video for even more action recommendations.
What are you doing?
At number 10, what happens when two gunslingers reunite after 25 years, only to find their pasts still intertwined? This short film, directed by Pedro Almodovar, is a beautiful and poignant Western drama. The story follows Silva, played by Pedro Pascal, who rides across the desert to visit his old friend, Sheriff Jake, played by Ethan Hawke. While their reunion is filled with nostalgia, it's quickly revealed that Silva is in town for a reason: to save his son, who is a suspect in a local murder. The film has a 31-minute runtime and an IMDb rating of 7.1.
I will find him, and you're welcome to every piece of him when I'm done. Lawmen enforcing your laws on foreign land.
Coming in at number 9, based on a true story from the oral history of the Chemehuevi Indian tribe, this movie is a raw and authentic look at the Old West. The film follows a young Paiute couple, Willie Boy and Carlotta, who are forced to flee into the desert after a tragic accident results in the death of Carlotta's father. They are pursued by a relentless posse in what would become the last great manhunt of the Old West. The movie stars Martin Sensmeyer, Maine Kinamaka, and Jason Momoa, and has an IMDb rating of 5.7. At number 8, Hostile. This is a story of a father's love and a promise kept in the face of impossible odds. The film, inspired by a true story, follows Jack Calgrove, a former POW from the Civil War. When he returns home, he learns his wife has died, and his 3 children have been sent on an orphan train heading west. Refusing to believe they are lost, Jack sets out on a desperate chase across the plains, joined by a motley crew of former soldiers and a group of Native American sharpshooters, all determined to get his children back. The film stars Brian Presley and has an IMDb rating of 5.5.
Nothing.
It was almost great. Making tough decisions.
Number 7. If you thought the rodeo was just for cowboys, think again. This film gives us a modern take on the Western, following a bronc rider named True Brandywine, who is in denial about his fading career. When he gets trapped in a blizzard, he's forced to battle against his injuries and the brutal cold, all while reflecting on the choices that led him to his current situation. The film stars Wyatt Russell, Auden Thornton, and Mary McDonnell, and promises a gritty and emotional story of survival.
Raise those hands in the sky, ladies and gentlemen!
Our business is with the Northern Pacific Railway and the government.
At number 5, this one is a twisted, genre-bending Western thriller that will keep you guessing until the very end. The film follows a young man named Henry, played by Brandon Lessard, who travels to a remote town in Montana to avenge his father's death. But when he arrives, he finds himself caught in the middle of a power struggle between the local sheriff, Gabriel Dove, Pierce Brosnan, and a mysterious ex-slave, Saint Christopher, Samuel L. Jackson, who is searching for a long-lost treasure. With a rating of 5.2 on IMDb, it's a wild ride.
The gun on the side! Stay back!
At number 5, this one is a twisted, genre-bending Western thriller that will keep you guessing until the very end. The film follows a young man named Henry, played by Brandon Lessard, who travels to a remote town in Montana to avenge his father's death. But when he arrives, he finds himself caught in the middle of a power struggle between the local sheriff, Gabriel Dove, Pierce Brosnan, and a mysterious ex-slave, Saint Christopher, Samuel L. Jackson, who is searching for a long-lost treasure. With a rating of 5.2 on IMDb, it's a wild ride.
Who gets the oil?
Osage is dying by the enemy.
Number 4. If you want a modern Western masterpiece, look no further. Martin Scorsese's epic film, based on a true story, uncovers a horrifying conspiracy in the 1920s. When oil is discovered on the land of the Osage Nation, the Osage people become the wealthiest in the world, only to be systematically murdered one by one. The film follows Ernest Burkhart, Leonardo DiCaprio, a soldier who returns from the war and falls in love with an Osage woman named Molly Kyle, all while being drawn into the deadly plot orchestrated by his uncle, William Hale. The movie holds an impressive IMDb rating of 7.9.
I just like to have
At number 3 is Horizon. An American Saga. Chapter 1. 2024, Horizon. An American Saga is a multi-part epic film series from director and star Kevin Costner that tells the sweeping story of the American West. Chapter 1 follows a diverse cast of characters as they embark on a treacherous journey to expand the American frontier, facing ruthless enemies and the harsh realities of a new land. This movie is the first of a planned 4-part saga. It also stars Sienna Miller and Sam Worthington.
I never met nobody hunted a man like you.
At number 2, the film that has been at the center of controversy is now a major cinematic release. Rust is a gripping modern Western that follows a teenage boy, Lucas Hollister, who is sentenced to death for accidentally killing a man. But his outlaw grandfather, Harland Rust, Alec Baldwin, kidnaps him from jail and takes him on the run to Mexico. The film is a tense chase, with the two outlaws pursued by a determined U.S. Marshal and a ruthless bounty hunter. It is also an important film to watch for its history and its story.
What is going on?
Number 1. What if a small-town sheriff was caught in the middle of a political and social war in a post-apocalyptic world? This new neo-Western film from director Ari Aster promises to be a dark, satirical, and genre-bending masterpiece. The story is set in a New Mexico mining town during the COVID-19 pandemic, where a political feud between a sheriff and the town's mayor spirals into a horrifying social collapse. The film features a star-studded cast including Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, Emma Stone, and Austin Butler. And that's our list of the top 10 best new Western movies. Which of these films are you most excited to watch? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more awesome content, and check out our last video on the best action shows on Prime Video.